It's week 1 of the National Football League,
where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises.
Jake Elliott is out, ready to kick this one away. And away we go, here in Sao Paulo. Nicole Hardman now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. Bringing them out, someone who wowed last year in his first chance as a starter, Jordan Love.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First down, ball at the 36. Shotgun now for Love. Hits him on the in route. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Love to throw again. Completed over the middle. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Love out of the shotgun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Love from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
On for the field goal now. Here's Brandon McManus. This will be a 45-yard look from the left hash. And the kick by Folk is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Dory Jackson now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by a QB coming into his 5th NFL season out of Oklahoma. It's Jalen Hurts.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of the league MVP and maybe leading a legit contender into the postseason. How he starts this campaign, though, or how you start, can have a massive impact on how things play out.
2nd and 8. He's going to lob one deep down the left sideline. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Able to get it to Barkley. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Packers are going to have a long football field ahead of them on this drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They stick with Jacobs. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Sidney Brown in on that stop. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Throwing his love on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. Big man's showing up the yards. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers stretch their early lead to 9. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers go up 10-zip here in the first. On now is McManus to kick this away. Jackson now to return it. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. Now for the 2nd time this game, we're going to look at the Philly offense. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their 2nd drive. First and 10, here's Hurts. That one is incomplete, couldn't hang on through the contact. One of the rare instances there, Brock, where the quick slant doesn't win against zone coverage. He just couldn't hang on to the football.
No, we know this, Kate. In man coverage, it's about that separation, right?
Yeah.
You've got to win and create leverage versus zone. It's all about that anticipation and accuracy. And if you're not on point, that zone defender can break it up.
Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Packers will take over possession. First down throw, here's Love. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And talk about a dream position, Brock. Heading out with 1st and goal waiting for them. Throwing now, following the turnover. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's 2nd and goal. Barkley will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line.
So often we talk about the individual having to move on to the next play. Well, that was a perfect picture of the collective. That defense staring down 2nd and 1 rose to the occasion collectively.
And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles reach pay dirt for the first time this game. One after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Packers all set to get back out there. They gave one away on their first drive of the season. Now it's time to get one back with a touchdown on drive number 2. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Love now to throw. Buying some time left. He tucks it and takes off. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They're looking at second and pretty short. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
And it just keeps coming, Kate. It just keeps coming. This defense relentless in this first half. 3rd time. Now this quarterback's got to pick himself off the turf. When they get in that locker room at halftime, it's going to be a quick one. I think the whole message is going to be, how do we protect our quarterback? Because if you can't do that, this offense can't get started.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we have been seeing so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Running right, it's Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Goddard makes the catch. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Hurts now from the gun. Barkley's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space,
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
They kick the running back in motion. Now Hurts on 3rd and long. He's got it at the 6. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. He's on the move. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they're left with 3rd and goal. Now Hurts. Buys time, rolling right. And they take this in for the score. The Eagles take a 2nd quarter lead. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that could create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Nixon now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden Ratings Hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. Looks like a gain of around 7. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Second and 3. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. They'll throw on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. The Packers trying to hurry to the line. Thrown on 1st down, Love. Watson with the catch. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. The Packers take their first time out. Love to throw again. On target to Musgrave. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. The Packers trying to hurry to the line. Here's 2nd and 5. Reed's got it. This is ahead for about 5. Zach Bond with the tackle. The Packers trying to hurry to the line. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. The Packers send out their punting unit. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. So no return on that punt. And the Eagles will be backed up a good bit to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Hurts to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And this buys them some much-needed breathing room up across the 5. Timeout taken by the Packers, their 3rd and final one. The Eagles are in punt formation. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Fair catch is made, a yard or two short of midfield. We don't get a return out of that punt. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Love out of the shotgun. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Shotgun now for Love. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one. 3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on downs. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. That brings us to halftime. Just a 4-point game thus far. Now we're on to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman ready to bring us the EA Sports Halftime Report. All yours, Coach. Take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you.
The rest of the league can wait. We'll see how they're faring later. Our focus, it's on these two teams as we skip halftime and get right back to this contest. Here's Smith on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. So to begin the 3rd quarter, the Eagles offense returning to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. From the 31. That pass complete to Goddard. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 43. It's Dotson on the catch. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Hurts throwing again. He completes it in traffic. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's brought down for a loss. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
A loss of a yard on the play. It's now 3rd down and 4.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. He lofts it deep left. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles grow the lead coming out of halftime. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Hardman with a return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Now here comes the Green Bay offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
I love that. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Eagles.
From the 39. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Love from the gun. He's got Watson. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Packers. Here's Love to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Always a point of emphasis, right? Protecting the quarterbacks, and that play is going to draw the flag every time. 1st down from the red zone. He's got it. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. 2nd chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Love now. Getting out to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers start the 2nd half with some needed points. Jordan Love, the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain, he did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Here's Smith on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Man in motion, headed right. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Rashawn Gary with that tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. He's got a gain of 6 there. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Running back sent in motion. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Punting unit out now. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Packers and Jordan Love set to... 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Love. Gets this one to Watson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Packers football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. They send a receiver in motion right. Get some space around midfield. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
Finds him over the middle. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Loves to throw again. Watson with the catch. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets this forward to the 19. They'll come up 1st and 10. From the pistol, here's Love. Able to get it to Reed. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. 2nd and 3 now. Shotgun now for Love. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Love out of the shotgun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. An important attempt coming up here for Brandon McManus. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they cut it down to within a field goal.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. On 1st down, Hurts. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at midfield. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. That's Smith on the slant. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. Escapes a defender. And he's able to get this down to the 36. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
And he's brought down after a short gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. From the 34, he's got Smith. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. The new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Now Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Eagles lead by only 2. They're going to run with Barkley. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Barkley. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles go up by 8 at the end. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. And a likely game-winning extra point strikes true, and that should do it. We got a 2-score game now late. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Nixon now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 28. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Packers trying to hurry to the line. Throwing now. That's caught for the first. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's complete to Musgrave. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it 2nd. Putting the tight end in motion. Love from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now to throw. He'll have the 1st down and even more. And they make the tackle at the 38. The Packers trying to hurry to the line. Throwing on 1st down, Love. He has room past the 25. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. He's got Watson. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. They are throwing it again. He's got it! And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. So it's an Eagles win here in this one, as they take the first ever victory awarded here in South America. And no doubt the trip home from Brazil going to be a joyous one before it's back to business prepping for week 2.